Good afternoon, my name is Santiago Dixon Moreno Preciado. In this video, this task 1, the role of the materials designer. My personal presentation. My name is Santiago Dixon Moreno. I am 44 years old. I am married. I have 2 children. Currently, I work in the seasonal company as a lamination operator. I am in the 6th semester of theory in foreign language with an emphasis in English. I would like to learn to design materials that allow me to improve the learning conditions of my English students so that they can develop their skills and knowledge in the best way. Thanks. The first answer: what was the conception of materials development decades ago? For many decades, materials development was merely the production accompanying a wide range of learning resources to illustrate methods. However, things have started to change due to the teacher's awareness of 2 uses. First, the huge production in the interest of the methodologies and materials used for teaching. And second, the importance of including student voice in order to update teaching materials in terms of the way learning would like to learn and what they need to learn in today's increasingly globalized world. What does developing materials demand from teachers? Give at least 6 demands and explain them. The teachers should consider this diversity when teaching the target language and when developing their materials training. At the same time, to keep a balance among students' language learning needs, preferences, motivations, and expectations, their affective needs, and the institutional policies. Teachers should also bear in mind that science knowledge is socially varied. Fostering pair and group learning activities is a must as the enhance motivation, improve self-esteem in students, and lower anxiety and prejudice. Therefore, the teachers ought to create materials that promote pleasant learning settings, thereby fostering motivation, interaction, and long-term learning. In other words, teachers should do their best to develop the most effective, appropriate, and flexible materials for their students and their programs. 6 demands. First, the first demand is to teach with the dedication, love, and equator. Science, these environments produce enthusiasm, attention, and concentration in students and favor their learning. Able to see a student as holistic unit individuals when the teacher knows and understands each of his students. In their way of being and action, he favors more his teaching methodology with each one of them. Since each student is a unique and irreplaceable being. Third, ready to innovate in their teaching practice. The teacher must be in constant innovation so that his teaching practice is more dynamic and participatory and believes in the students' more motivation and interest in them. Fourth, teachers must make the decision not only for themselves, but together with their students, about which teaching methodology is the best, and how students feel more comfortable and secure with the teacher's learning. 5. The teacher must guarantee that the materials of his class promote the development of learning in an effective and clear way, which allows his students to understand, know, and fulfill the objectives proposed in their subject. 6. The professor must be a facilitator, a guide, and unconditional friend with his students, since always the professor to know more about each of his students, not only in the academic part, but also in the personal, sentimental, and emotional. C. What are the components of creating and adapting didactic learning materials? A. Needs assessment. B. Setting goals and objectives. C. Conceptualizing content, designing a syllabus. D. Selecting and developing materials and activities. E. Organization of content and activities. F. Evaluation. G. Resources and constraints. In my opinion, what is the principal role of the teacher when designing language learning materials? For me, the main role of the teacher is to choose the appropriate and precise materials to develop their classes, and that their students can improve their teaching process more and more. Through effective knowledge, skills, and creativity, which will allow them to innovate each once more. In addition, this will allow them to take more risk when making the most correct decision, and will allow them to overcome their fears and fears, which in some cases are what produce discouragement and demotivation. Therefore, the teacher must always inject tranquility, security, and above all joy to his students. This is a reference bibliography, and thanks. Thank you very much.